Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to do another video and it's on who's most likely to receive snow this fall, 2017. And fall is definitely not the snowiest season of the year, but there is some snow toward the later parts like October, November for the northern plains, the Midwest, and the Northeast. I remember 2 years ago there was a storm that passed through the Midwest. It was Winter Storm Bella, that's what the Weather Channel called it. And it was it was a pretty powerful storm, and it was during the fall. So snow in the fall in the Midwest definitely does happen, and in the upper plains. So I think it's a valuable point to address who's most likely to receive snow this fall. So first off, we need to look at the 3 month outlook temperature probability, because if the temperature is too warm, then there's going to be no snow, and if the temperature is cold, then there is going to be snow. So in general, this fall I'm not looking at this map too much because it's just going to get too confusing. So this map is just generally showing that this fall for September, October, November, and October, November, December, the average temperatures across the USA is going to be warmer than average. So this fall probably overall is going to be warmer than average. But that does not mean that there's going to be some cold shots that could lay down a swath of snow. I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. And we also need to look at the 3 month outlook precipitation probability. And this is from September, October, November, December 2017. And again, you could see it's just the precipitation that's going to be increased, enhanced, is just across the south and southern Alaska. So Alaska's most likely going to see some above average snow across the coast. But usually it's a little bit too warm just around the coast to have snow. But in general, the south does not see snow during the fall. So this does not really give us much. Equal chances for precipitation across the north, so it's going to be just about average. So it's not going to be too much. There's not going to be too much snow if it does fall. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. Even though in general the fall is going to be warmer than average, there are going to be some cold shots, and this is for I think September 10th, in about a couple of weeks, and you could see it's cold. 39 Wisconsin, 39 Chicago, 43 Central Illinois, 38 Central Wisconsin. You get the point. It's going to be a cold shot, but is it going to be this cold? I don't think so. But it is going to be cool that night for sure, probably around the 40s in most locations across the Midwest. But that just indicates that there are going to be some cold shots throughout the fall. And even though this is just for September, this kind of shows that the pattern is capable of producing cold shots and producing cooler temperatures. And if it's cooler in a certain location, and an upper or a low a storm system passes through, and it's going to lay down a swath of snow. And then, of course, the snow's not going to stay for long, but it could happen, this storm, while it's cold. So that's definitely always a possibility. We also need to look at the ENCO outlook. And as you can see, for the time frame we're interested, September, October, November, October, November, December, it's going to be a neutral, ENCO. And if you're wondering what a neutral is and you don't know what that is, pretty much this is what a neutral pattern looks like. The jet stream dips down into the mid-Atlantic region, and it's cold for the northeastern half of the country, including the Midwest, and wet and warm across the southeast, and just warm and dry across the southwest. So even though this is ENCO neutral winter pattern, it's really similar for the fall, so I'm just sticking with it. Now I'm on to my final fall snow outlook. And the states in the shade of darkest purple, which is this color, have the biggest chance for receiving snow. And this fall isn't anything too special. It's just about average. The states where it's going to be clearly the coldest is probably the best chance of seeing the snow. So, other than the exception of the East Coast, the like Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, because it's still because of the warm waters. I think it's going to be too warm, and if any storm system does pass through, it's probably just going to impact inner parts of New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont. But that doesn't mean, because there could be a cold front passing through, and there could be a snowstorm that arrives just around the coast. That happened, I think, a couple of years ago in October, and it just devastated the New England coast. So That could always happen. The next shade of blue is the second best chance for seeing the snow. And pretty much, I think that Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, Kansas aren't going to be in the purple because I just. It's going to be too warm temperatures to see that. It's going to be influenced from the southwest. But overall, this is obviously compared to average. This isn't like Wyoming will probably still get more snow than Iowa, but that's compared to average. And then the light blue is the states that will receive the least amount of snow. There could be a snowstorm that passes into Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, but most likely not because it's going to be too warm. So this is in generally how it's going to look. There could be a freak storm that happens across the south or the northeast coast that will change this map. But in general, this is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and liking, and see you guys in the next episode.